Hi everyone, Amanda here from the Archer and Olive Ambassador team. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 ideas for sketchbook pages that involve nature and will hopefully help you get some time outside. It's always a great idea to go out and get some fresh air, so you might as well get some journaling done too. Switching up your environment can do wonders for your creativity, so be open to the possibilities. Make sure to take a look at the blog post with this video and subscribe to Archer and Olive for more tips and tutorials. Let's get started. For supplies, you are going to need a journal or a sketchbook. The journal I'm using is the A5 Blank by Archer and Olive. I like using this journal because it has a thicker paper, as I tend to work with a more mixed media and paint style, so it helps to have a journal with a higher GSM like 160. You can use code AMANDA'sWork for 10% off your Archer and Olive orders. You will also need some miscellaneous supplies of your choosing to make your pages. I will be using acrylographs, calligraphs, paint pens, and ink pads, but use whatever you have handy. This video is also going to highlight incorporating nature into our journals, so your most important supplies will be the space around you. Don't be afraid to get a little bit messy and go searching around. Okay, so for the first page, grab some sticks and some paint and see what you can sketch. Use the sticks as your paintbrushes and see what you can make out of it. Just like you would use different size paintbrushes, look for some different size sticks for your painting. You can also find different lengths, which can affect how your painting will turn out. This can be a really great way to practice your gesture and your brush strokes. I think it's also just a really great way to just loosen up in your sketchbook. There's not really a lot of pressure to do much. The only thing you need to do is just see what you can make while using these sticks as your paintbrushes. I ended up doing a portrait of myself and I added this cat to accompany me. And the one thing I really found with using kind of a thinner branch is that it was really great for adding details like these whiskers here. It worked really well. But for kind of bigger areas, I wanted to use a bigger stick, of course, because it would help me to cover more area faster. And this stick here worked really well for typography. It honestly felt like using a marker, and that was great. This stick here worked really well for dots, and it's really fun to see like how different sticks can work for different things. So go out there and see what you can find. Don't break off too many sticks, of course, be gentle with it, but they all have a good purpose, so see what you can make. You could either leave the page like this, or you can go in later and color it in. I'm using the calligraphs just to fill up the page with some color, just because I wanted to add a little bit of vibrancy to this page. And I think using the calligraphs with this really felt like coloring in a coloring book. You know, just a really gentle and calm time for me. You could also do this with like watercolors or gouache paint, whatever you have. Just if you want to, adding color is always a great option. And there is the page. This one was really fun to do, and I think I will continue to use sticks in my art practice because it worked really nicely. The next page we're going to do is make texture stamps using ink pads and Play-Doh. What you are going to do is just make a small ball out of your Play-Doh and then flatten it, and then go around looking for different objects that you can stamp into this Play-Doh and put on your page. If you pick up items, try and gently push them into the dough so that they don't break. These little things are very fragile, and you want to try to gather the texture as best as you can. Use your ink pad to transfer ink onto it and then just put it on your page very gently. Try not to smear things. Just be gentle with it. Have a calm experience with it. And then just go on a scavenger hunt. Go looking around, see what you can find. You can also use the dough and put it directly onto objects, like for example, onto a tree or onto rocks. I think the goal for this is to just look around and look closely at things and see where you can gather new textures, different textures. And it's just a really fun scavenger hunt. You can look for things like leaves, rocks, tree barks, flowers, so much more. This one is also really great to just do with kids because you can kind of make it into a little bit of a competition to see who can find all the different objects or who can find them first. This one can keep you busy for a long time, and if you have different colors of ink, you can also change them around and see what combos you can make. The next idea I have for you is to do some shadow tracing. This page is definitely the process over the final product. You're going to get some wacky results from this, but I think it's really great to practice kind of your hand-eye coordination or just your motor skills in general, and also just like your problem solving, because it's a lot to figure out how you're going to do this, but it is very fun. I think the hardest thing for me with this was figuring out just my spatial awareness of where to put my hand so that the shadow does not cover up the shadow, and also just how to keep still. It honestly gave me a really good laugh, but it really helped to boost my creativity and gave me some good ideas. A page like this is also really great for doing things like overcoming your perfection, because it builds confidence that you're not going to get an instantly good page. This page is not going to be great, but it really helps that you're working on something, you're practicing something, and you're developing skills. And a sketchbook is all about practicing, so don't worry about having weird pages. That's the whole point. My last idea for you is to press some leaves and flowers and then doodle with them. After you collect your leaves and your flowers, all you really need to do is just place them in a book, close it, and then leave it like that for a couple days. The longer, the better. I was moving very quickly, so I only left them in a book for about 2 days, so that's why you can see they're falling apart here, but I would recommend leaving them for like at least a week, and then hopefully that will help to preserve it better. Once they're all dried out, you can arrange them on your page however you may like, and then doodle with them and see what you can make out of it. I'm using a black acrylograph here, but use whatever pencils or pens you have and see what you make. I think this is a great exercise on using your imagination and seeing where it can take you. I like using sometimes the flowers as part of an object or making it the object itself. So in that, with the flower, I'm holding it like an umbrella. This one here, I turned the leaf into a fish. It's a great way to just practice your creativity and to trust that you can make stuff. Try not to look for inspiration, see where you can make out of these shapes and focus on the shapes. They will usually direct you on where you want to go. For this one, I saw that the petal was giving kind of the shape of the body, so I knew I had that already so I could make the mermaid. Another example is this one here. I could see already that my leaves had made the body, so all I had to do was add the wings. Don't worry too much about the objects looking perfect or having really cool stuff. Just remember to practice. This is your sketchbook and it should be a fun time. I hope you found some inspiration here for your own journaling. Enjoy your time outside and see where your creativity takes you. Once again, make sure you are subscribed to the Archer and Olive channel for more tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching.